troublemaker.
I'm gonna backstab this guy. Then roll. And parry. Nope. Try again. The riposte timing on this and the parry timing are both vastly different from Dark Souls 2, which always screws me up. I keep wanting to do, or Dark Souls 1 I mean. It screws me up. I'm always wanting to do Dark Souls 1 timing, and I miss consistently. So we'll go over here and light this bonfire. Sit down in it. And see, this is a sign right here. I can summon this guy if I want to come co-op with me. Not going to do that because I don't really need it right now when we're doing a walkthrough. Ah. For new players, rolling is your friend. Oh. Rolling gives you some invincibility frames, but really just lets you dodge way better. Yeah, lets you get away pretty fast. So this guy, I'm gonna go get that, but this guy laying here blends in pretty well, but he's gonna get up and come at you from behind, so I kill him first, then go get the present. I'm gonna save my Estus for when I really need it. And you're going to get attacked by a ton of guys here. So look out. Ah! So be careful of the archer up there who's shooting arrows at you. You want to try to move around or get yourself positioned behind this tree. See him? He's right up there. Right by my head. But if you're behind the tree, he can't really hit you. So this guy is not going to aggro until you hit him. He will give you a weapon. So we're going to kill him in a second. I'm just going to go get a better sword because the one I have right now is not going to do very much damage to him. So this weapon's almost broken. When it gives you that, I'm going to hold Y to two-hand my shield and then bash this guy. Oops. So when you hold Y or triangle for PlayStation, you'll two-hand a weapon in your right hand. If you hold it, you'll two-hand the weapon that's in your left hand. So with the two-handed shield, I can still parry or block, but if I hit the other side, the right, I can hit with it, shield bash, or heavy shield bash. I need to pick a new weapon because once the weapon is broken, it becomes useless. It does 0. So you can see here the durability right here. So the durability of this weapon is 40. It's down to 1. So if I hit anything else, it's going to break and then it becomes useless. So the power here that it does, the damage, is going to become 0. So I have this Morningstar. It's going to take up, it's got a higher durability. It's going to take up more stamina per swing, but it does a whole lot more damage. See, like this one's 80, and you can see the change when you look at your weapons. So the one I'm holding currently has 80, but the one that I'm looking at has 115. Anything blue means it's a better stat. Anything red means it's a worse stat. We're going to go ahead and use that Morningstar. The one thing that's great about this Morningstar that the sword doesn't have is bleed damage. So you see right here, bleed effects. So this is something that it builds up. There's bleed build up. So once I actually, so build up is 67 per hit, plus 28 because that's going off the scaling. So down here shows your scaling. So C is okay scaling, which means it's going to give me more power because of my strength. So this scales off strength. This one will scale off dexterity. This one will scale off intelligence, faith, fire, yada, yada, yada. So it took considerably less hits for me to kill that guy than with the broken straight sword. And the short sword. Let's look at the short sword. Yeah, it does less damage, but if we look... So here's also something to consider. The short sword... Oh crap, I didn't equip it, did I? The short sword has a slightly better range than the mace does. But look at the stamina, how much stamina it eats. So swing. So I can swing this 6 times before I'm completely out of stamina. The mace, however, 4. So just one of those things to keep in mind. Whoops, oh crap. And I couldn't run. You have to be able to run to jump. So don't do that. I used all my stamina. I didn't let it read. I was trying to jump over that thing and it won't jump. Newbie mistake. But now we get to see. So I was human. And this is the difference between Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2. Now I'm beginning to hollow. So you can't quite see it, but if you look at the health bar, it's not quite to the end. It's been capped. So every time you die, the more and more hollow you get. Eventually you'll start looking like, some crazy disintegrating corpse. Your hair will start to fall out and rot away. You get less and less pretty. And the cap will get more and more intense. So it goes down to half of your total health. There is an item we will get later on called the Ring of Binding that will limit this to 1/4 of your health. So it halves whatever it's taken away from your health. But the more we die, the more we're going to see that. So this is where your effigies come in. So your effigies will turn you human again. And this is the only way you can become human. except for co-op. So it's bugged right now, but in this release they're putting out on Friday, we'll change it. So when you help somebody defeat a boss with your small sign, you'll become human. You have two signs, a small sign and a large sign, which will be getting both in the next area. And that's what you put down to help people to summon, let people summon you to your world. Ah, bastard. So if I was already in the riposte animation, he wouldn't have been able to do that. But because I wasn't in the riposte animation yet, he can totally get me out of that, which sucks. So you don't have invincibility frames until you're actually riposting. So I'm going to two-hand this mace. I do way more damage. But then you can't use your shield. So you see, I lost all my souls. It became hollow. And you'll see this, the green sign that I was talking about here in a second. Ugh! Oh, man. Nope, I lost them all. I tried to roll and I was out of stamina. And that's what happens when that happens. So the other thing I want to talk about before we start, so at some point I'm going to stop doing a complete playthrough and just give you, when I'm show you when I'm actually doing stuff. So I'm probably going to be editing a lot of this out, me dying, or if I have to try for the boss more than once. I'm only going to show you the one. But for this beginning tutorial, anybody who played Dark Souls 1 remembers the orange soapstone that you used to write messages with. They don't have an orange soapstone anymore. It's very easy. It's not an item that you have to get. You can just go over here, say message, and then compose your message. So the cool thing with these is that when you write a message and leave it down, anytime anybody rates it, wherever you are in your world, you will be healed. But you can only leave 10 messages. So only your 10 most recent messages will actually save. And you can look at your messages by going here, which is not going to show because I don't have any. Your read history will be here. So we're going to say, praise the sun, and hit X to write it. And there you go, there's a message. So all of your messages will glow like that. And you know that it's yours. You can check it. You can choose to erase or not. And you'll see how many people rated it. So hopefully at some point somebody will rate the message and we can see what happens when it gets rated. Oh, too soon. So life gems are consumable items. Estus is not. Estus will refill when you've rested a bonfire. Life gems, once they're gone, they're going to be gone. Ah. Ah! before I kill that guy, and I can't remember what he gives us. I think it's a hide sword, if I'm not mistaken, which is a sword that's already imbued with lightning. And most enemies in Dark Souls are weak to lightning. So it's a handy weapon to have, especially early on. But I want to go take care of this archer first because he's going to be a pain in the ass. And I just noticed that that's up there. I have no idea how to get that. How do you get that? Oh, up here. Oh wait, I knew that was there. I totally knew that was there. I thought he had left something for me. No. That you can get to, it takes a lot of practice, and you probably want to have a ring on, the cat ring, before you do that, because if you fall right now you'll die. It's a lot easier to get that if you're in, if you have the butterfly wings, because you'll float, you'll be able to jump, float further when you jump. But you don't get those until New Game Plus Plus. Alternatively, you can burn 3 bonfire aesthetics in the Majula bonfire, and then the merchant there, the armor merchant, will sell them. So your stamina will not regenerate while your shield is up, or it'll do it really, really slow. You want to put your shield down to regenerate your stamina. Damn. And you can get hit while you're drinking essence or using a life gem. So it's best to try to get away from your enemy before you do that. Oh, I got a bandit dagger. Nice. So yeah, it only does 75% or 75 physical damage, but it does 50 lightning. So depending on the enemy, some have really high physical resistance, but really low lightning resistance. So if they have, say, they're wearing armor, and their armor protects them from 90%, or they have a shield that protects them from 90% of the damage, and you have a sword that does 100 damage, you're only doing 10 damage to them when you try to hit their shield. But if their shield doesn't block lightning, like here you see how much, so this is how much damage it does. This is your counter strength, your critical. This is how much it actually blocks. So the sword, if I was blocking with the sword, only blocks 20% of poison, 25% of dark, 35% of lightning. So, if you did 100 damage, lightning damage, and it only blocks 35%, you're still doing 75 lightning damage, even through their shield. So it's a decent weapon. And we're going to go ahead and use that. And it actually scales off your lightning as well. So we're going to try this one. And it's got a longer reach too, which is nice. And I can swing it 5 times before I run out of my heart attack. So we can go one of two ways. There's a guy right around the corner here. There's two guys in here. So there's one here and there's one right there. I usually try to get one of them to come out, but we'll go ahead like this. I also don't want to aggro that guy, the one down there. I'm gonna, oh, I got them both. So kill those guys. Knock this away. Grab that sucker. Those are for crossbows. And there's going to be two guys up here. One archer right there, and another guy. This guy throws fire bombs. One standing on that thing. So you can arch from here, or I will just that. Grab this. So the buckler is a shield that doesn't do a whole lot of blocking. This one only blocks 85%. This blocks even less, but the buckler has more frames for parrying, so it's easier to parry with the shield. This is not a shield you use to shield with. This is the shield you use to guard break somebody, so you can get a critical animation. So if you're good at parrying, a great way to do this is with the dagger. So daggers have, like, look at the critical damage. So you see right there, counter strength. Daggers have really high critical damages. So critical hits are devastating to some enemies. So I'm actually going to keep a sword in one hand, or sword in one here, and then dagger, so I can, if I can parry somebody, switch to my dagger real quick, and then critical with this. It does a lot more damage than if I was going to just critical with my sword. Especially once you upgrade the daggers, all it does is up that damage. Witching urns are like fire bombs, but they do magic damage. And we can go down here, and we will later. Don't really want to go down there yet, but there is a fire sword down here. But we need to have the key, the soldier's key first, before we can go do that. So you want to have 1,000 souls by the time you get here. Talk to this merchant. Whoops. And buy this key. That is the key to the blacksmith. Throwing knives are also good to have. They do quite a bit of damage, especially in these low areas here, or the early areas. You can buy stuff. None of this really is that awesome. You can buy the clothes, actually pretty decent. Or if you want to be a boxing build, you can get 2 Cestus, Cestus, I think it's Cestus, and then do a lot of damage doing something like actually have a character that's power stancing these guys. Just started today, and I like it. I like it a lot. I'm going to buy this Heal Miracle. See, this are the requirements right here. It requires 12 faith, which I do not have yet. But this is helpful when you're co-oping with people, because if they get invaded, you cannot drink from your Estus. So the only way you can heal is by using magic. I'm gonna buy that. At some point. It also helps if you run out of Estus, then you can heal yourself with that. It takes longer. So this one, this wall we're going to blow through. I can do it from this side with the firebomb. I think I can, but we're going to show you what's on the other side first. Kill this lazy bastard. This guy's going to come down and try to get us. Die, bitch! This guy's playing dead. He's not. We can't get it. That's locked. We can't get in there yet until we get the soldier's key, which is the first boss that we're going to fight. This guy's also playing dead. He's not. Ah! I can't lock. Ugh. When you hit lock, it's going to look in the direction, whatever direction your character is facing. I happen to be facing behind me, so it was trying to lock something behind me. It didn't lock. So if I do this, oh well, now there's no enemies. Of course, it's not going to do it. But stand here and aggro these guys. There's going to be a guy that's coming over right there that's going to come, and there's this guy standing right there that's going to come. So wait for these two, otherwise they're going to get you from behind. And unless you like taking it from behind. Let's see, should we do that now? Yeah, we'll do that now. Okay, so the one house that was in Majula that we did not go into, we didn't go in there because it's locked. So in order to get... Oh, you dick. So in order to get in there, we have to go get the key from the map maker. Oh, I forgot to rest at the bonfire. Come on, you jerk. I'm gonna try to get away from this archer. And these spear guys are dicks. I'm gonna stun lock him and kill him. I'm gonna run past these archers, roll past this guy. He's not gonna follow you, so don't even worry about it. Jump over here. Kill that guy. Roll down here. And stop! Otherwise you get crushed by that thing. There is nothing over here. It's just a big hole. If you go down there, you're gonna die. Don't jump down that. Go get this thing. So this helps wizards, clerics, all that sort of stuff. Talk to this dude and exhaust his conversation. Eventually he's going to give you a key.
What a joy to meet.
So he gives us a key. And now we want to talk to him until he starts.
We will meet again.
Yeah, so until he says that, I'll be back in Majula. So you want to keep talking to him until he says that. Until he starts repeating himself. Because once we actually go back to that house and clear out the skeleton, he will move there. But he won't move back to Majula until you clear out that skeleton. But only if you've exhausted his conversation. There is an item down there. Oh, I can't see it. There is an item down there that you can get if you want. It's really not that important. I think it's a Titanite shard or something. That thing right there by my head. Glowy. Not that critical. Not really. Okay, so we got that key. In that house is an Estus Flask shard, 2 effigies, and a soul vessel, which will allow you to respec your character. So if you don't like the way that your character is going, you decide that you want to do an intelligence build when you start off with strength or vice versa, you can go back to the old ladies with that soul vessel at any point in the game, but it is consumable, so once you use it, it's gone. There are multiple, I think there's 3 soul vessels per playthrough, if I'm not mistaken. Once you go here, this guy's going to aggro. You want to try to get him to throw his firebombs at those things right there. The barrels, because it'll create a hole. So it's probably gonna kill me. So I'm gonna drink my Estus. Oh god, I'm gonna drink because if I get caught in the blast, it's gonna kill me. Ah, stop it. You bitch. Do I have a firebomb? I have a firebomb that'll make me a lot easier. Oops. I do not have a firebomb. Ah, really? It's gonna kill me. It's still gonna kill me. Ah! I just destroyed the stupid... Okay, well... Damn it. So I'm going to kill this guy and hope he gives me a firebomb. Now this guy right here, you can choose to fight him here if you want. If you stay here, he'll swing back. But you really don't want to fight him here. This is your second boss. The Pursuer. You can fight him here, but it's way harder. So I'm just going to go... Maybe he'll throw some stuff. Ah. I want to actually kill... Yeah, so if you leave the area, the eagle will come grab that guy, or he'll leave. He'll do something. So I'm going to use this this coin and hope that he's going to drop. Hope that he drops a fireball for me. Please drop. Nope, he didn't drop anything for me. You jerk. Okay, well... I'll buy a firebomb and we'll open that right up. So this guy, Pate, is where you get your large... Oh, I forgot to get the small sign. Here's where you get your large sign. So you actually have to go through this. The gate has to be closed. Once the gate is closed, and you can talk to him. I like going in through the back. But he won't give you your large sign until the gate is closed. But once you walk through there, the gate's going to close behind you. So beware. We will do that later when I have some more Estus I can drink from. So the goal of this run through is to open up the door that only opens up from this side. That will allow us to get to the boss. Kill that guy. Grab this back here. Now we're gonna get these goodies over here. So if you have any ranged weapons, you can shoot these guys from here. I don't, so we won't. So there's a chest here and there's this. So we're gonna run. Oh, and it didn't jump. And I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Yep, I'm dead. I have to try to get my soul.